Hi everyone, Kendra Ward here, ready to give you another little post on a perspective shift that transforms your day. So, last time I spoke about blooming where you are planted, and today I'd like to talk about how to know when it's time for transformation. So, the difference between being on that razor's edge of nowness, of wanting to embody presence and being at home with where you are. And then from there, knowing when to just stick out with where you are, to really fully embrace all the little and big things in your current life that are really working well for you right now, versus when it's time to take that risk into some kind of big transformation. So, to give you an example of this, how to know when it might be time to move. So, a physical move, and how do you distinguish when you're just kind of maybe getting obsessed with somewhere else and thinking the grass is greener, versus really knowing when it's time for that kind of big change. So number one is to really pay attention for a sense of fire building within you, a sense of alchemical change, a sense of passion and deep desire, and a growing power within you that can't be denied. So looking for that kind of something a little bigger and more propelling than just a fleeting thought. So number two is that power, that inner fire, that transformational fire, doesn't just pass within a day or weeks, that it really persists. It's nagging at you. It's really sticking with you. That's another sign that, hey, this may not be just a passing thought, but it may be something really to more deeply pay attention to. And it's something to listen to observe, to rest with, and to ponder. So the third thing is to really engage your intuition. So this is a huge topic of its own, right? And I'm sure I will get into it amongst many posts, but I find when talking about this that my hands go to my gut, that it's a shift from our thinking selves to our feeling selves. So instead of trying to think our way through the situation and figure it out, and we get into the mental loops that just sort of wind us down the rabbit hole, that instead we are engaging our more somatic selves, our feeling, deeper inner knowing selves. So, and this can sometimes not be so easy to get a good sense of. Sometimes it can be a little more elusive than other times. So usually our when we act from that more split second, don't try and ponder all the nuances and details of it, but instead just going from that split second gut reaction, that can give us a good sense of where our true path may lay. And the thing is, we want to be engaged with our life. We want to do the acting before life acts on us, before we have been burying our head and trudging along that hamster wheel for so long that we allow life to force us into a change versus us initiating the change for ourselves. So hope that this is helpful in terms of making that distinction, when to stay planted and when to take action and work with fire in your life to do something completely different. And the key nugget here is that you're still resting and feeling at home within yourself wherever you are. So that's the difference between traveling just for traveling's sake, just to feel like you're, a wanderer, but then you recognize that there's this persistent unhappiness. It's like, what are we traveling for? What are we escaping, really, if we're not feeling at home within ourselves? So just making sure that that's a part of whichever path you choose. And I hope that this was a transformational, helpful perspective shift for your day.